horrible gameplay, terrific story. The story in 11 was stellar. And because it went over like 3 games, every time you thought you knew the ending, they'd be like, switch it up, bitch! And then the next part, it was wonderful.
Switch it up, bitch.
It looked really good too.
Yeah, it was really fun, and it was like, the first part, there's a evil sort of demon guy who all the monsters of the world are sort of flocking to him and joining his cause, like all the Beastmen. And you find out that he is actually one of the Galka, which is one of the playable races, and that he has been like transformed. So he's like, because he was betrayed by humans, so there's whole backstory there. And then when you kill him, that's the end of the first game. And you think like, this is great, like we saved the day. And then the expansion comes out, and the guy who was basically your best friend the entire time, turns out he and his little brother, right? There's the Archduke and his little brother. Turns out that they are basically these ancients, and they've been waiting the entire time for you to kill this guy. So then they betray everyone, and they are like, we're gonna bring back the ancients, and we're gonna kick all your asses. So you fight them, and then you find out that the reason why the ancients are all dead and stuff, because there's this huge, terrible accident, and what happens is all the ancients are frozen at the age they were. Well, one of them was, but that was the little brother. And it turns out the little brother's actually the older brother, and he's like several hundred years older, but he looks like a little kid. And so he kills his older brother and is like, I'm gonna take over all this shit, bitches. And then you defeat him in like this magic, like crazy underwater world. And then you're just like, yay, we saved the day. And then the sequel to that is now the ancients are back, right? There's a few of them still around, and so they're even more crazy, and so they like up the ante to like, he tried to bring back the ancients, we're gonna bring back some motherfucking gods. And so then you do this huge thing and you fight like this guy overlooking the world you play in, and it's amazing. And they just keep like upping the ante every story. And then finally I quit playing that when they were like, we're gonna start a new story now, and I was like, yeah, I'm done. 12 great characters, great voice acting, okay gameplay, shit story.
I thought the gameplay was pretty fun, but yeah, the story was
when you
very
get to the
shitty.
final boss and you're like, wait, I don't...
It's the guy who, like,
Yeah.
should have been, like, the mid-boss.
Yeah, it's not even like... When the point of the game is, like, it's 2 empires at war, and they set it in a world you've been to before, because it's the Final Fantasy Tactics world.
Yeah.
So they did this whole thing, it's also the Vagrant Story world, too, but there's this whole thing where you think it's, you know, it's gonna get bigger and bigger and bigger, and then just sort of, like, stalls. And it's a real shame, because, the different characters, like, I'm trying to think of... Fran and whatever the guys...
Balthier.
Yeah. Holy shit, they were amazing!
Of course, they didn't
characters.
make Balthier the main character. They made stupid Vaughn and his dumb girlfriend.
But he was the Han Solo, and she was his Chewbacca,
Yeah.
basically. And she was his hot rabbit Chewbacca.
Yeah. Canelo was weird.
Yeah, like
necessary.
it was such a weird game, but the fact that they got like stellar voice actors, I was like sold, done. They just hired like people from theater. They didn't find like real voice actors. They hired like legit actors. I was like, good on you. Then 13 was not my favorite because we're playing Final Fantasy and Square did send us some stuff. I'm gonna be very lenient on that. But when 3 hours in, all I was doing was still pressing A and nothing else, and the story was just garbage. The best part of that game was trying to find those little snippets when what's it do with the Fro's name? What's his name?
Zaz?
Zaz. When Zaz, every time he was with what's that girl?
Vanille?
Yeah,
How
Vanille
do you
and
guys
Zaz.
remember all these names?
Oh my god. When Vanille,
my job, man.
when Vanille and Zaz are together, every time they're together, it's basically borderline pedophilia.
Yeah, I get
Because
that.
there's scenes where she's climbing rocks and he's like staring at her butt and little Chocobo's like, don't you do it. And then she lays down to sleep and then he's gonna lay down next to her and she's like, don't you do it. The entire game that they're together. And that's the best part of the game. The rest of it's really bad.
Didn't 13 have a sequel because it was supposed to be really
13-2 was real. It was better than 13, but it was real like
Story-wise, it was very hard. It was
cutesy.
very hard to get into story-wise.
yeah, like when they added the Moogle who's like, I'm a Moogle. It's like, oh. It's for me, it suffered from the same thing that Final Fantasy X-2 had, which was like, we're gonna take the idea and then we're gonna like try to
Make it a
expand the
Charlie's
audience.
Angels spin-off.
10-2 was they had dresses. You would fight and you would switch
You
dresses.
dress for the
What a horrible
Dress
concept.
system.
That
Yeah.
game paid off for me about 80% of the way in with the concert. That was my favorite part of the
Dude,
game.
that game was the most frustrating game to 100% because I had 99.9%, and
you
that
missed that
point
one, yeah.
one was such bullshit.
The
like,
red cave with the Tonberry thing? Yeah.
something like
yeah.
that. I was like,
The mist
fucking-
cave? Oh, that
and,
mist
and
cave
it's,
was
it's
so
linear,
annoying.
so you can't revisit that one area.
Yeah, yeah,
You
if you
start a
miss
whole
it.
fucking brand
Yeah.
new game over. God damn it.
Hate when that happens.
All right, any other questions?
Am
my
I the
God.
real Frodo? Yes.
Yes, he is.
is. What do you guys think of Heavy Rain?
Awesome.
Press
Awesome
X to
as
Jason.
hell.
Is what I
Heavy
think.
Rain's amazing. Anything made by David Cage. That's my goal in life is to interview him. Genie,
Okay.
I want to interview David Cage, and then I want to like, can I wash his feet? Because the man's a mad genius. The games he's created, just so you're aware of this, Heavy Rain, Omicron: The Nomad Soul, which is basically a game where you play as a person at a computer playing the life of some dude. Like, the game sets it up where it's like you need to go into the body of some man on a distant planet, but it's still you at the computer playing. But the leader of that planet is a computer David Bowie. Not some robot that looks like David Bowie, computer David Bowie.
Nice.
Then there is Fahrenheit, which is an amazingly crazy game. I did a playthrough of it. Look it up. It's amazing. It's a crazy game. And then his next game is Beyond, whatever that is, : Two Souls, and it stars Ellen Page.
Yeah.
Ellen Page as, if you see the trailer looks crazy. It starts out and he's like, "What are you doing out in that rain?" She's all bald and like she's covered in water. And the guy's like, "What are you doing out there?" And then she just loses her mind and becomes like a psychic and fire and shit. It's amazing.
Weapon of choice for everyone. Weapon of choice in a zombie apocalypse. You only get one.
What did T-Dog have this year? T-Dog had a badass weapon.
Do we get infinite
Was it like
ammo?
a pick? I want the
guess-
T-Dog weapon.
I don't know. I don't know if you get infinite ammo. It is a zombie apocalypse mode, so maybe you start out with decent ammo.
Something to hit with.
Right. Because
Because eventually you run out of bullets.
Yeah, exactly.
Laser gun.
Like,
With nuclear power source.
How about lightsaber?
Or solar.
I'd say
I would do a lightsaber.
It's a good answer.
Because it's one of those things where like limbs and things like fall off very quickly. So it's like just if there's a whole bunch of them coming out, you just go woof,
Well, lightsaber,
straight,
yeah.
straight across.
If we're allowed to have force stuff, I want force lightning.
Yeah.
Actual, actual
okay,
force stuff.
If we're doing this,
If we have Jedi powers in this world,
Jedi
I want
powers.
force lightning.
then I want a full set of Jedi powers from both sides of the Force. You
can't do that.
And
You can't
two
do that.
lightsabers.
That is a very rare ability, my friend.
But
you can't do that.
I'm obviously a gray Jedi.
The
and I can,
longest-
I can
Hell
The
yeah.
single
Chop all
longest
of them at the
weapon.
same time and
If
bone
we're doing
out.
realistic weapons, I would pick a Shaolin Spade.
What's that?
If you've read the Zombie Survival Guide, you will know why I pick a Shaolin Spade.
Like, no one
I
has.
haven't read it. No.
No one
I
has.
do own it.
Holy
but
water.
It's been a while since I've read it.
We're not vampires.
Vampires, man.
Wait, oh shit.
You would be the most ill-prepared person
I was
in
thinking
zombie
of undead.
apocalypse.
He's like, alright guys, I've
That's
got
my
my
bad.
garlic and holy water. Let's do this.
Oh, shit.
We're in good shape
Hey, I
at this
brought
point.
Wolf's Bane. Is this good?
He's got garlic on him, the zombie's like, ugh, he's seasoned.
Yeah, the zombies just saute you in the water and garlic.
But yeah, but Sephiroth's sword, chop them all with one swipe.
Massive.
How about my
Somebody-
own two fists?
So you're
You
gone.
punch a zombie and he just eats your hand. Punch
Okay, so Mattingly's done. Mattingly's done.
You can't beat him with
Dude,
your
these are all
hands.
coming
Join
up.
him.
These guys are not good for the zombie apocalypse. Don't bring them along for that.
Nikes.
All right.
Ah,
A couple of Air Jordans, maybe.
bone out.
You just
I am
jump over.
out.
What do we have next?
See ya.
What are our recommendations for other role-playing games that are not in the Final Fantasy series?
Chrono Trigger is amazing.
It's
Fantasy
Gaia.
Star.
Zelda?
It's Gaia.
Secret of
Legend of
Gaia?
Secret of Mana.
This
Secret
guy.
Yeah.
Number
of Mana
3.
is always
Yeah.
fun.
Oh, yeah.
That one. Sheesh.
A lot of
Million
people are saying
HP? Come on
Persona 4 is pretty great. That just came out.
now. I hear that. I never played it.
You want something a little
The
more?
all percent
If you want something a little
I
more
always
old
wanna play
school.
Yeah, if you
very
want old
different.
school, Chrono Trigger, Secret of Mana
Okay.
is great.
I haven't played
Secret of Mana
Chrono
is good.
Trigger.
I
yet.
really, my goal, it's a dumb goal. I've always wanted to do a complete playthrough of Secret of Mana with 3 people, because you can do 3 people, and no, I've always got one
Right.
friend.
Yes,
but
I have the game
no
and I
one
haven't
wants-
played it yet.
Oh,
It is
dude.
yes. I had that. Yeah, I had the game.
I would say
It's TJ's favorite game. He says I need to play
Secret
it.
of Mana is
Yeah.
not. It's the best.
Secret of Mana is so much fun because
Evolution too.
Secret of
Evolution
Mana is an
is my
RPG
favorite
where you
game.
can play with friends.
Shit, that's a good game.
Because there's
But
even
you
though they
have-
don't have names, there's the hero, and then there's the princess, and then there's the
Yeah.
sprite.
Yeah.
And all three of them have different abilities, and all three of them are playable by three separate people.
Yeah.
And it's a legit RPG.
But there's
It's
no
like-
Xbox Live, so how do you?
Back in the day, you could only play with two people unless you had that like super controller. And
The
what you would
splitter.
do is you would switch between them. Like the sprite could do the summons, and the summons were like real chibi cute and silly. And then
They both could do summons, but they had like 3
Different-
spells
yeah,
per
yeah.
summon.
How does
then-
that work with the switching off part of that then?
well, then you would switch. Like one person would be the hero. You always had to have someone be the hero with the sword and like
Yeah.
you tank. And then the other person would switch between the ranged weapon and the magic.
So it's like 3 characters on the screen, and you switch the controller back and forth.
You press
No, no, no,
select
you
to
press the
transfer
button.
to
So
players.
two players are using the two-player controllers.
Yeah.
And then one person switching back and forth. And at the end, during the final boss, was just this big dragon, but it looked really cute, which made no sense.
Well,
it was like a baby dragon.
As,
yeah.
as a kid, I was confused because I thought I was fighting the dragon you get in the game. You were
right? Like it's this really cute
why
dragon.
am I hurting Flamey? It doesn't make any
Flamey.
sense.
Yeah. But the game's really, it's like one of those things where it's one of those like depressing endings, you know, where it's like you.
But it's so well done.
Yeah, it's a great game. And then they made
so-
Secret of Evermore, which was shit.
Everyone I've spoken to is either like super for either or game. Like Secret of Mana is the best or Secret of Evermore. Secret of Evermore's engine is
Was
Secret
great,
of Mana.
but it was a shit game. It was
Yeah,
really
I wasn't
bad.
a fan of
I
it.
have 4. Suigun 2 is an amazing, amazing game. Lost Odyssey is like one of the saddest things I've ever played. It's one of the most depressing games I've ever played, but the writing is really beautiful, so it's up there among my favorites. Shin Megami Tensei Nocturne is
Jesus.
awesome. It's awesome. And then
Okay.
there's this old PS1 game called Beyond the Beyond.
Yes.
really,
yes.
really,
Thousand
Thousand
damage,
thousand
broke a
damage.
thousand, baby.
Beyond the Beyond's really fun. Alright. So
Hold on.
I'm
Xenogears is a must-play.
oh yeah,
Yeah.
Xenogears, obviously.
That game
What
was
is
too
that?
long for me.
Yeah,
I
Xenogears
quit
is great.
halfway, man.
Here's the thing about Xenogears.
quit halfway.
Xenogears is 2 CDs, and the first CD is like you plow through it, and the second CD is like reading a book.
Yeah.
Like it takes a turn where the first CD is like we're gonna build up this entire world, and then we're gonna give you a big twist at the end of the first CD, and the second CD is now we're gonna explain to you what just happened through walls of text, and it's just like oh my god,
I quit halfway, man. Not even halfway.
If you wanna
when
really-
I came out the freaking desert with that big robot,
right?
I
Yeah.
stopped playing.
Um,
I stopped playing.
It's kind of like Kill Bill 2.
Yeah, you finally
It's all
figure out-
exposition. I'm like,
On-
all right,
I don't
dude.
even care what
On
happens
the
anymore. Like, I'm
PSN
gonna YouTube the ending. I really
on the
don't.
Kill Bill
PSN
2,
they
he
have one
kills
of my
Bill.
favorite RPGs that I'm
Really
actually
big
I'm let's playing on my second channel called Wild Arms.
Wild
It's-
Arms is good.
Wild
It's
Yeah.
amazing.
Crossfire
It's
site, but I quit that game too.
so fun. If you want to check that out on my channel, like
Yeah,
you
Wild
won't
Arms
get-
is a great game too
It's
because of
fucking
the
great.
setting and the whole like.
Oh, the music is
We-
so
yeah.
great.
The music is
oh,
good.
fucking
And you
awesome.
actually have to use all classes, not one class.
Yeah.
is very
Yeah.
good.
Xenosaga Episode 1 is also good. The other two
The other two are garbage.
Avoid them
Yeah.
completely, but Episode 1's really good.
Star
Xenosaga,
Ocean 2 is good.
Xenosaga.
Star Ocean 2 is really
Man, they
good.
ruined it on number
Star
2.
Ocean. A lot of the Star Oceans
Yeah.
are good. Yeah.
Xenosaga 1 was
Fire 2,
so
Life.
much
Life.
fun. And then
Dude, we're making
Xenosaga
good
Episode 2,
progress
they took
now.
out like
Yeah.
shops,
Might be
and the
good to
skill
go.
system was really
What are
weird.
their,
And they like
magic
changed
guys looking
everything
like?
that made an RPG
sure.
like a JRPG, and I was like, this
It's
is the
such,
worst
such a
thing
slow build.
to
Oh,
play.
Tales of...
Can't you give her the other one with the fast?
All the
Yeah.
Tales,
All
yeah,
of
the
them.
Tales
Fucking
series,
all of
yeah.
them.
Because there's like Tales of like.
Everything,
I'm gonna
yeah.
do Charbon.
What was-
Destiny
what-
2 is fun though.
What was?
Or Carbon.
How would you pronounce
I'm
the
a
Tales one as
fanatic.
YS?
Oh, you don't know, I
Ys?
shouldn't do that. I
What was
should
that?
do-
Yeah, I was like, I could
Yeah.
never. I was like, what is this game?
Yeah.
Life.
East
I need,
East Summer 7
yeah,
is
I need
good.
to-
The new one for Vita is good too, but it was
Alright,
kind of
you shot
short.
Kieran.
I beat
Got
it
nothing
without
on there.
trying, and I got 98%.
Okay, here's one for Jesse.
Yo.
He said he loves Cox and Krendor in the morning, and it's
So do I.
inspiring him to be like an awesome dude. But he wants to know how long you plan on doing it for.
Till we're just gonna keep doing it until somewhere someone says we need them to do a radio show for us, so we can have a real radio show and do that. But they have to let it only be 30 minutes still.
Somebody's saying talk about Chrono Trigger more.
Chrono Trigger's a great game.
It's one game I haven't played it.
I have
You've
not.
never played Chrono Trigger?
Me neither.
The completionist does not play
Dude!
Chrono Trigger.
Okay, Chrono Trigger. Single. It just like this game. It starts out really slow, and then
yeah,
by the
that's
end of
right.
it,
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
like
dude.
one of the single best games ever
I
made.
must have started that game over so many times because of how slow it's been, and it's like I
Yeah.
need to
Yeah,
refresh
like
myself.
the
It's
like
such
the
a
beginning
good
of it,
game.
it starts out pretty slow because it's like it makes no sense
Yeah.
that Luca develops time travel and like we're gonna go explore stuff, but because of all the shit you do in time,
Yeah.
it like changes. And so by the time you get to Zeal, which is like the it's sort of like Atlantis, but in the sky. So
Yeah.
it's during the Ice Age when everything on the ground is frozen over, but then in the sky there's this giant floating city. When you get to that point and this whole story like sort of comes together, it becomes like one of the single best games ever made.
I'm one of those dudes, and there are people like this. I prefer Chrono Cross over Chrono Trigger.
But the problem with Chrono Cross is it took that time travel element and then said like, what if we make it instead of time, different dimensions
Yeah, it's
and
out of-
realities? And it's just
the problem
like
that people have with Chrono Cross is that so there's Chrono Trigger and there's the Chrono Trigger timeline, and then there's Radical Dreamers, which is related to Chrono Trigger, but it's out of that timeline. It's like an alternate history of Chrono Trigger, and then there's an alternate version of Radical Dreamers, and that's the Chrono Cross timeline.
because what happened like the whole point is the people in Zeal, like those characters like at the end of Chrono Trigger, like Magus and the whole thing with whatever the princess's name is, she gets sucked into a like time, like all of it comes together by the
I'm gonna move on, guys, just because.
All right.
The
I've been
characters
grinding
were
for a
pointless
while.
and lifeless in Chrono Cross. Hello, there was a guy named Fungi, and he was half mushroom. Come on. Hello.
Half mushroom.
And Harley had a really bad French accent that was relayed through text. How can you hate that?
Yeah.
Also, there was an alien named Starkey. Come on.
Also, there was a Panther person.
Oh yeah, Lynx.
How do I? There we go. I was like,
Lynx. I know all the characters. I beat that. I have beaten Chrono Cross more times than
Chrono
any
Cross
other
pissed me
game
off
in my
because the final
entire
boss,
life.
the final boss
many
of Chrono
times?
Cross
I've
is
beaten
like,
Chrono Cross at least 73 times.
we've been waiting for you this way, please.
I know where everything is in Chrono Cross.
Golden,
Everything
oh yeah,
is
Golden
in
Sun
Chrono
is a good game.
And in
Golden
3
Sun
players,
is-
I
I
can
mean,
have
that game-
every character in the game in my party at the same time.
Oh, here we
It's
go.
ridiculous.
Oh, you're here. The people of Nausea have been fighting a battle and shit.
How do you guys
How do
feel
you go,
about Dirge of
Vector?
Cerberus?
Dirge of Cerberus, I played it, I beat it. Interesting story, shit game.
Yeah, I don't think about Dirge
I
of
see.
Cerberus.
Yeah.
That's my answer to that question.
I don't get the whole like
I
it's
forgot
Final
that
Fantasy VII. Let's make a million different things in that world. It was good. but it's
Crisis
not like
Crisis Core was the only
It wasn't bad. Crisis Core
really
wasn't bad.
good story-based
still
like
hate it, though.
extension. Really?
Oh,
Because
I
of the
got a really
combos.
good
They're gonna
one.
have, you can't have an action game without hit stun. I hate that. I
guess
hate
that's
action
true.
games
so.
without
Wait,
hit
all right. So
stun.
we're going to the Esper world. Is like
Yeah.
the thing.
I like the game though.
We'll
I just
never
didn't-
beat the Empire without
like.
them.
You hit a guy, they don't flinch.
Yeah.
I
Espers
hate
attack
that.
from the
Don't
east.
hit him then.
Okay, I've got one last question. It's really good, and I have to ask it.
From the
Sure.
north.
What, for each of us, what is the worst game we've ever played, and why?
You know, I think that's too easy. There's too many shit games out there.
But no, the worst one. Like
Uh,
the king among the poo, the king poo, if you will.
Well, I feel like if you choose a game that's like meant for kids, like that's easy. You know what I mean?
Okay.
You
Like,
can-
I
all right,
think-
so you don't have an opinion.
Like a disappointment game.
Well, I think like that's a more interesting question. Like, what game like did you get that was like
yeah, no, it's
It was
totally
like- it was
personal
like
opinion. Just the
conceived
worst
that like
bad
everyone
game
liked
for
it,
you.
but like you hated it? Like,
All
yeah,
right.
just pick a game. That you-
World of Warcraft.
That's how why. You have to say why.
League of Legends. Street Fighter Turbo.
StarCraft.
StarCraft's
Forget how
up
bad
there.
that game. So bad.
So bad.
Just stare at the camera when you say it.
Warcraft 1, 2,
Go
and
go
3.
go to Twitch and look.
Awful.
Go to Twitch and look
Command
what's
and Conquer.
the ones in front of us. Whatever's in front of us, those are the ones we hate.
No, I actually love
League of Legends. Only people with small penises play League of Legends.
it's a good thing I
And you should go into the
Tiny
chat and
dick.
tell them that.
Yeah.
Yeah, my dick grew, so I had to stop playing.
started to hurt, so I had to stop.
And that's how you troll the internet.
All right,
Yeah,
George,
yeah.
what do you think? What do you got? Worst
I got
game?
nothing yet. I'm still
Nothing?
thinking.
Yeah.
All right.
I don't know.
Wait, what is it?
It's a hard question. You
All
don't
right,
think
we need-
about
we need to
bad
keep
games.
playing.
Let's see.
We are knee deep in story right now.
Yeah. So right now,
The plan that they devised is they're going to get the Espers to join forces with them because since Terra's an Esper, they can use Terra, and to get the Espers to join them. And so the Espers are going to open the gate, and the Espers are going to come in from the east, and then they're going to attack from the north, and they'll surround the Empire and force a treaty and stop them from being dicks.
Yep.
But we need to go get Mog.
Oh yeah,
Can we get him right
Half-Life
now?
Sucked. Portal 2 sucks.
I hate
Doesn't
I
the
hated,
lonely Mon? He comes out here.
Monster
Doesn't
Hunter
he run out
Yeah.
though when you follow
with a
him?
passion.
I don't think we get
I
him
That's
yet.
tomorrow.
hate games where you
tomorrow.
have a sword and you have lots of combo attacks.
I'm pretty
and
sure
you
we
hit a
don't get 'em yet.
motherfucker and they don't flinch.
One of my
I hate that
favorites,
shit.
we do.
If you hit me and I don't flinch, the
Oh,
hit
zombies
doesn't
at
count. I hate
That's
that.
tomorrow.
It's stupid.
It just like brings back such fuzzy memories.
Difficulty shouldn't be.
I think we have to
that-
go.
I have to,
Steep in the
pretty
game.
sure we do.
I have to
It's
leave.
it's after. I think it's
Oh,
after
nice.
the. It's
I have
after
to
the
go.
airship. I think.
10.5
No, no,
hours
no, no,
in.
no, 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 no.
I gotta go to bed and wake up and do real work tomorrow.
See, hold on. You go speak to Ben and the townsfolk. They'll come to the conclusion you need the Esper's help. Before you leave, though, head to the house in the southeast of town.
Bye, chat.
Okay, bye,
There's
chat.
lots
Love
of
you
treasure
guys.
and a locked chest.
Subscribe to my channel.
Here you'll find
Indie
the
nipples.
lone wolf.
IndieStatic.com. Check it out for everything. Hashtag
Tits
IndieStatic.
your
Yeah,
kicks.
I write for it too, so
Yeah,
you
Jared
can
writes.
read my articles.
They're great.
Apparently they're good.
They're pretty
I
swell.
guess.
They're pretty good. For me to poop on.
For me to poop
Trolled by a dog.
Get the chest, get the chest, get the chest,
Lone
get the
wolf.
chest. Bro, thank you.
Good luck.
Take it easy, bro.
Good luck.
Hey, we should do lunch soon.
Yeah, absolutely. You hear that? We're gonna complete something together.
Thief knife.
Yeah, we
That's
are.
what lunch means.
Yeah.
Each other. The completionist.
Hyper
100% in life.
Grab that chest right there.
What
You are
age is that?
jacking everything.
Okay,
from
Jason.
Esper World.
That's me.
Jason, don't run. You'll pursue him into the mines.
What would be my
Yeah, I
worst?
gotcha.
The worst game I ever played was
dude.
Celebrity Deathmatch for the PlayStation.
Ew.
Sounds awful. It was like the worst. There's so many things wrong with it. It was developed by a company that spent all of their money and then ended up being destroyed internally by Starsky and Hutch the game. So to know like the level of quality you're dealing with. And just like, oh, tomorrow. But it's just there's so many things wrong
Shit,
with
where
it.
do we go?
Mines,
Here we go.
and then
Yeah.
to the Frozen Esper. So you're gonna
Not
go
up
back
here.
all the way up to the
Oh,
Frozen
also,
Esper.
Anna Nicole Smith is a playable character, and she's dead now, so like that's really
That's pretty weird.
that's pretty bad.
amazing.
And you can like beat her up as Coolio, which is also bad. Coolio. And Coolio wasn't even relevant at the time that that game came out.
I think he actually voiced himself in that too.
He did, and so did I think there was Carrot Top too. Carrot Top voiced Carrot Top.
That was a video game.
And NSYNC was a single character. All of NSYNC was one character.
Speaking of just horribleness, have you ever heard there's a really great podcast called How Did This Get Made? And in that they talk about, there's like an ongoing theme in like really bad movies. Coolio just shows up for like 5-minute scenes and then disappears. And they don't understand why. But he'll show up and then someone will be like, Coolio! And he goes, and that's it. He's in like 8 movies and that's all he does.
As someone who's worked in agenting, I already know the answer to that. His agent is just like trying to just jam him into anything that they can. And
Yes,
then
here
there
he is.
are producers somewhere who are like, oh, Coolio, that'll throw some star power into our crappy movie. And so they make a deal, and Coolio gets a little bit of money to show up in this crappy movie, and then he's in like a bunch of crappy movies because his agent
how do
knows
we-
they can do it.
How do we save poor Mog? Oh, now he wakes up.
Wait.
Kupo!
Kupopo!
Got a wild one here! Whoop, 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 whoop. You'll
You'll
never get
never
this
get
gold
this.
hairpin.
You'll never get
Golden hairpin. Fuck your hairpin. I gotta
Thank
thank
Kupo.
Popo, bitches.
Get out of here.
Doo-doo-doo.
Can you talk? Moogle Charm OP item.
Oh, wait. Human loving, fast talking, street
Slam
smart,
dancing?
slam dancing Moogle.
Yeah.
If I nominate anyone to be in
Mog.
our party at all times,
Dude, Mog is
It's
so
Mog
good.
is the best.
Mog is
Yes.
amazing, and when he's using
Oh, it's like a
spears,
Roma
like-
came to me in a dream and told me expecting you.
and now
I'm
gonna join your party.
Good, switch out somebody and put in.
I like how that's his introduction.
This is gonna be. Then take this.
I like how he just kills himself.
What?
He has the gold. Basically, your choice is either get the gold hairpin, which is very valuable at this point in the game, or get Mog. And you can get him later, but if you get him now, you can learn abilities that he couldn't get later in the game.
But if you,
Oh wait, can you go up to Esper?
maybe. Actually, if you don't get him now, you can like if you don't encounter this like cutscene issue, you actually kill him off, so you can't ever get him.
No, you can. It says
Really?
you can, yeah.
Because I thought I always
No,
thought,
getting Mog now is the only way to get him to learn the water rondo.
Oh, that's right. which
Yeah, it
is
says take
really-
the time now to go and level Mog and get him in your group.
All right, yeah, get him in there, man.
I
We
wish
need-
I
we need
wish
a
I had
Mog to
done
be
this
awesome.
before.
Yeah, right.
I leveled up those guys.
No, but that's
No,
fine.
but he'll be the same level now.
Yeah.
All you have to do
Oh,
is
that's
get him,
right.
get him
All
some
you have to do is
magicite. You know, just get him the magic that he needs, and then he'll be good.
Fire dance.
Oh yeah.
I think I'm gonna swap out Cyan here.
Yeah.
I think it's a good choice.
Yeah.
And
He's
give
he's
Mog-
really useless in this game later on. Like
Yeah.
his, yeah,
Who
the
do we
time
give,
it takes for him to
who
do
do
good
we
stuff.
give the Genji gloves to? Mog
Mog will go ape shit.
with the Genji gloves.
Watch him.
Double spears.
Watch him. He will double
Double
spear them
spears.
bitches.
Can he? He double. Yeah,
He can double spear.
Yeah, you can.
The
Shit.
best combination in the game is you do double Genji glove. It's double Genji glove.
On Shadow, right?
No, it's on anyone, but it's double Genji glove, and
Just to show you, I don't want them to see it, but just to show you where we're at. We're at 20, and that's what's left to do.
That's the end of the game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
My
So we're
brother
not
used to
even
do
halfway
a double
yet.
Genji glove on Shadow, and then he had like
Damn.
some countering thing, so he would like attack like 8 times.
yeah,
Pretty
you do
portion
that. You
enough.
do that
We're a good way there.
with the Atma sword.
Yeah.
The Atma is a lightsaber, and it does damage based on your HP. So you literally
You
get
plug
attacked
this
18
in-
times
yes.
or 8 times in a row.
Wow,
And if you
wow,
have a bunch of
wow,
HP, like matches the damage, it's unfair.
How you doing
Cheater.
back there, Genie? I'm pretty good. I'm talking on the phone. With my boyfriend Ronaldo.
Your boyfriend Fernando.
Fernando.
He is from Latin.
Yeah.
Coop it up.
Change party members.
Gal gets no love in this game at all.
Nope.
No, I used to use him on my first playthrough.
I would
and
never-
I realized
this
late
is-
game how bad he
Honestly,
was.
like this was my party for majority of the game, and then when I got Go-Go, I swapped out. Terra.
Gogo's so good. Are we using Gogo? Can we use Gogo?
The only time, I mean, in endgame, no matter what, it's always Cells and Terra.
Oh yeah,
Because they're just
Runic
so
is-
overpowered.
Runic is too.
Yeah.
Celos and Terra, and then
And Terra,
can we
she
do
can
Mog and
switch.
Gogo as the final two? Because that'd be great.
Yeah.
Go-Go, because you can copy everything that...
Gogo's amazing.
Dude, you just unload Ultimas constantly, just
Yeah.
non-stop Ultima.
Alright, good.
Look at his little face!
We've got most of our
Oh.
party.
Level 24. He's the highest
Holy
level.
Jesus.
He's our highest character right now.
That's right. What of it? Look at him.
Genji
This
glove.
big old bobble. He don't care.
We need another pike.
Oh, it won't. It has to be a pike.
Yeah. So we only have one pike.
That's fine. We can go buy
We'll
one.
go buy one.
Oh, give him a
Yeah, I'm
magicite.
already on that.
Give him Bismarck,
Bismarck.
yeah.
Bismarck's a good starter one.
Bismarck.
Use Bismarck because it's just funny because this giant whale just goes.
I love Bismarck. He's so.
All
I like
right.
that they brought him back for Final
So
Fantasy
we should
15.
go get the. Let's go get his
Pike?
A pike real quick.
Where do they sell
I'm trying to
pikes?
yeah, I'm trying to think where would
Would they sell them in the town where you get them?
Well, it wasn't in that town right there.
it wasn't.
No, there weren't pikes there. Because remember we went there. I remember what's there.
What about in that like
That's the town we can't
in
go
like the
to.
brass
Is the
crap
chat
city
now?
that we were just at?
Oh, the thing's
Narsh?
off.
We're still streaming, right? Like the stream's not dead.
No, this is just the computer.
We can try. I can just jump back into Narsh. Or it doesn't matter right now. I just say let's go.
Oh, they're talking about Wind God Gao, and it's like no.
Let's go get his water dance.
Yeah.
What do we have to drop the airship off somewhere.
No,
and
but
then-
we have to go through that underwater. The
Yeah. So you have to take the ship. You have to go in a full circle. So you start off in the Velt.
Well, let's go to the Velt then.
Yeah, we start off.
And then we'll just fuck around
we
and
loop.
find it.
We loop in the Velt. So we go to the Velt, and it repeats.
Yeah.
This is the Velt right here, I think.
Yep.
Yeah.
And we have to go to that cave.
And then we'll have to go back and find the airship again.
That's right. What we should do is
Park it.
drop the airship here because that's where we get dropped off.
Is it?
Yeah, or you appear in the top left.
First class. So for those people who are curious about Mog, the way he works is he learns dances. Those are his specials. So just like Sabin has his blitzes and Terra has her ability to transform into like Super Saiyan Terra, and Edgar has his machine abilities, engineering stuff. Mog learns dances, and he has some amazing dances later in the game.
Yeah.
The best one in the game is the Aqua Dance, because it literally, some of the moves are mimicked from enemies, and those water enemies, like there's like water plasma moves that are just so unfair.